Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee with JayLeesCorner. Happy Sunday. I just finished watching the episode, and I was like, I don't even want to go live about this. I could have did this in the pre-record, but I was like, the live was already set. Okay. So I had to quickly do a thumbnail and do graphics and whatnot. And here we are today. Okay. One, I hope everyone had a great weekend. The weather's changing and whatnot. So here we are. I hope y'all can all hear me clearly and whatnot, because if not, why y'all here? But no. Y'all please be sure to like the video. Okay, subscribe to the channel around here. It is always greatly appreciated. If you did not know that, know it right now. Okay, look, we had other lives up last week. So if you have not seen, okay, the lives from last week, okay, go watch them and whatnot, because a good time was had every time we talk about something. Okay, also, let me get on camera because I don't have lipstick on, so don't y'all judge me. And I just went and grabbed my sweatshirt, so yeah, okay. Because again, I did a facial today. I did my hair today. Well, no, a whole shampoo, condition, treatment thing in my hair. I'm real, whatever. I feel like, girl, why I look darker? Am I darker? I don't know. Anyway. I'm real regular today, okay? So don't judge me, judge your mamas and your daddies, but not me. I did watch the show on Netflix called Unknown Number. I'm going to review that, okay? So that will be up tomorrow morning, because I have comments and stuff about the Unknown Number. That's about school run. I gotta do school. The high school catfish story. So yeah, I'm gonna review that when I'm done here. At first I thought to go live for it just to get it out the way. How does spell school wrong? What's wrong with me? There's two O's and one L. What is wrong? Can't be spelling stuff wrong. But I was going to go live about it, but I was like, I don't want to. I don't want to. So again, that review will be up tomorrow and whatnot. Time. Good time, good time, good time. But again, hello to everyone. Hello to the people. Hi, 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 hi. Okay, if y'all have not already done so, you make sure. Okay, like the video. Okay, like the video. It is always the thing to do. If you don't do nothing else around here, do that. Okay. Um, I'm trying to resave the new thing. Anyway, but again, hey. I was watching this episode and I was like, are they running out of things to discuss? A part of me feel like they're running out of stuff because I was like, why are we here? Okay, why are we here? The Martell and Marsau the debacle, Ken and his stuff, Destiny making up stuff and whatever. I said, girl, what are we here for? Okay. JayLee, you won't say nothing so you don't come. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. This is a free space. It's a free space. Okay. Um, yeah. Yeah, I thought about going like, I don't know. Because it takes so much energy to go live about stuff. I don't know. But this gonna be a quick live because again, it was only like 4 scenes. I'm like, y'all couldn't do more with that. That's all. That's all. I mean, okay. I have another story time. I do random story times when I'm just it pops in my head. But my old story times, child, I used to be just snitching on myself or whatever. But yeah. Um but I don't know. But yeah, I want to go ahead and get into this right now because again, the quicker I do this, the quicker I can get to the unknown caller review. And if I get it done today, okay, if I get it done today, it might be quick, fast, and in a hurry. It is not that I even want to quickly go through things, but sometimes I feel like it ain't anything else to do. Okay. Carlos King has brought us this bull stuff. Okay, brought us, we get Marsau and Martell and Martell going at it. Okay, we see Desi Lance and Nail hashing out their drama, and then Ken is conflicted over Trisha. Okay, and Martell is a menace. Martell is a menace, and I feel like the more we ignore his menace, this menacing antics, okay? The more we ignore the fact that Martell is a menacing monster, the more he will get away with all of the things that he should never get away with. And that's what aggravates me is that y'all do see that he's insane. Okay, you see he's up here trying to beef with everybody. He is upset over his own life choices, and he is deciding to take it out on other people. Okay, now that don't mean that other people is innocent. I don't know, but yeah, I was like, I don't know, and I don't know if Carlos is trying to expose Martell's antics enough to where he can then say, "Well, see, I had to get rid of him, even though all the stuff he gets in there was room for dismissal." So I'm like, why is he still around here? Why is anyone trying to make him seem human? Like Martell should go away. Okay, go home, sit with coleslaw on your kid and your other kids when you're over there, but get us out of the group chat. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I don't, between Martell's fake storyline with him and Coleslaw, Destiny grasping at straws of her and Lance. I'm like, ma'am, y'all don't even go together. Okay. So Lance invited Destiny to talk. You wanna know why? Because Destiny's telling everybody, Lance ain't tell me he had a baby. I'm upset with Lance. I can't believe, girl, you and that man wasn't going together. And while I understand her saying he owed her not an explanation, but a heads up. Hey, I'm a post on social media today. I got a baby. Okay, cool. But the kicker is Destiny makes it seem like she got such, I guess, backlash because Lance had a baby girl. No, that ain't true. 5 people probably said you that's your man, girl. He had a baby on you. I never felt like they were really dating. So I didn't see the need to say she anything about her. And to me, him having a baby was more proof they weren't really serious. Because if they were, he would have told her. If they were, she would have known. If Lance and Destiny were an actual item, if they were an actual couple, she would have been told beforehand that he got someone pregnant before they got together. It takes 9 months to birth a baby. Okay, I don't think on their green earth that her and Lance had been talking for 9 months. They probably had just started talking. Old girl was probably already pregnant, and he felt like, well, I'm not with the mama. I'm not really with Destiny either. I don't know if it's my baby. Let me just sit back and not say nothing. I'm saying, so he explains like he's like, look, no one knew I had a baby in a way. I didn't. My parents ain't know. No one knew. I kept it a secret from everybody because I did not know if the baby was mine. Now, do I believe Lance fully? No. Lance knew he had been banging that girl. Lance knew she was pregnant. Now he probably did say, let me figure out if it's mine. He probably did say, I don't know if it's mine. That part is true. But him not telling anyone was stupid. Just period. Because you can't wait until the baby is born to then say, hey, y'all, I got a new baby. No, you at least tell folks, hey, a girl I banged 6-7 months ago who I'm not with anymore, she's pregnant. It could be my baby. And until we have the DNA test, I'm on pause. Okay. And I just want you to know. Now, that's really all he could have said. But I mean, I don't care anyway, because again, he wasn't really with Destiny. Okay. Now, again, he does admit I should have mentioned it. To be fair, I omitted it. I didn't lie. An omission is also a lie. Okay, when you omit things on purpose, when you knowingly omit something, you're lying because you're actively keeping it to yourself. Okay. Now, if she would have asked you, you got a baby on the way, and you said no, that's a flat out lie. But an omission is a form of a lie. Anyway, so again, I could have told you. You know what I'm saying? I could have, but who was kicking it? You know what I'm saying? Who was kicking it? We both knew we wasn't serious or whatever. I had a lot on my plate. And so I just kept it to myself and whatnot. And that's what it was. And then she like, oh, we were friends first. And I missed the friendship. And you lying or you admitting this thing, it helps me or makes me feel and blah, 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 blah. She has every right to feel that, but I feel like she's dragging it for the storyline. Having the multiple conversations with other people is you dragging it. Y'all weren't together. Like it should have been one conversation with maybe Tisha. You should have one conversation. Like, I just can't believe he ain't tell me. But then followed up by saying, I mean, we weren't together. We weren't a couple. We weren't exclusive. So he could have told me about it, but he didn't, but whatever. But no, I was hurt. I was upset and blah, 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 blah. Y'all both said it was a casual dating situation. Y'all were not having sex. You did not have, she actively denying having sex with him. He not denying it. He just not admitting it. Like, I don't know what he's omitted. It's an omission and whatnot. The only thing I do agree with is before he posted about it on social media, he could have sent her a quick text. Like, hey, I know we're not together. I know we're not kicking it, but just that this is gonna probably come up in the blog or whatever because I got a baby. Yep, she's here. I didn't tell you. My bad. Okay. He also admits that he felt some kind of way about her flirting with his god brother Twan. Now we seen this. I think was last season when she had that event for her Madani relaunch event, and she's like doing shit with it. When she had that event, he hired his god brother to be her security. Okay. So we saw her kind of flirt with him on camera last season. The fact that we had no idea that was the guy was crazy to me. But that's the truth. A lie. I don't really care. But I'm single. I'm not blind. He was handsome or whatever. And I heard he liked me. And I told Tisha. I told Tisha if he liked me, I could like him. And if he asked me out, I'm gonna say yes. Now, a part of me feel like once she found out that man was Lance's god brother, I think she actively said, "I'm gonna fuck him. Not fuck him. I'm gonna date him. I'm gonna go on at least one date. It's a little get back. It's a little get back. And fine, get a little get back. But girl, I need Destiny to get some kind of real storyline. Cause I'm like, what is like? Where your son at? How your daddy doing? How your brand doing? Do you have any friends? Are you having any banana events? Ain't you on TikTok? I just feel like she doesn't give us anything that is her actual life. None of it. Not who she's really dating, not any real friends, not any business stuff. Ain't you telling houses now? Why we haven't seen you do a showing? So again, to me, Destiny consistently shows us fake storyline things that only connects the people on the show, and she's not showing like where you live at. You have a house, an apartment, a condo. You have your own car, or you be Ubering. Do you work Uber? Do you work Lyft? I just feel like who did your braids? You know what I'm saying? We don't see nothing that has to do with her as a person. We only see her Land hang out maybe twice before the show. Anyway, Land do say, "Look, I'm sorry. I apologize for not telling you. If you want to date my god brother, you have my blessing. Have fun with that or whatever." What can I say? I just had a baby. I said, "Well, that's true." I would not ask. Well, would I date someone I met through someone I was already dating? No, not really. No. Mm-mm. Because I don't want them having a conversation about my cooch. But whatever. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We'll see what other fake thing she come up with next. But I'm like, girl, I don't really care. Again, that's not my. I ain't care, child. Mm-mm. No, Lance is handsome, but I need Lance to get his beard lined up. If he get his beard lined up, he will be even more handsome or whatever. But I don't. He look a little rugged. Okay, we then have Lance talking with his mama and the guy brother Antoine. Now I had to put Antoine's face up there too. Antoine is a handsome young man, and I'm assuming he's young. I'm assuming he's in his late 20s, maybe 30 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know. He looked legal. This is what matters. He looks legal. He's older to drive. He can run a car or whatever. But he's handsome. Land is handsome. I can see why Destiny was attracted to him. Okay, but that was first. I said, oh yeah, he's a handsome man. Yeah, he's tall. He got muscles. Okay, I can see the print of the pants or whatever. So glory be to God. So they all meet up, and Land brings up how he talked to Destiny. Because again, she's talking to everybody at the same time about nothing. And he like, I told her that he my god brother. And she told me, Letitia said that you want to date her, whatever. You're like, well, it's weird because I didn't know. I'm saying that you my brother, and she's beautiful, but I don't know because you're my brother. Now I appreciate Twan saying, yeah, she cute, but you my guy, and it also proves to me they weren't no real couple because if that's your god brother, wouldn't he know that he was messing around with that lady? Because if your god brother messing around with someone, and if your god brother be hiring you to be bodyguards, wouldn't that mean he would kind of know y'all messing around a little bit? I'm guessing. I don't know. But again, he said I don't know because it's weird, and Lan think it's weird. I'm not gonna say don't date her. You know what I'm saying? But look, what the fuck is going on upstairs? The girl, they knocking shit over. Anyway, so Nell feel like Tisha need to stop telling people who said what and what said who stop trying to, conjoin, destiny with my son or my godson or whatever. Not her own business. Okay, get out of it. But they issue is she met him through Lance, so she should not talk to him. Okay, and I'm like, at this point, why Nell involved? Lance is grown, Antoine grown, Destiny is grown. I don't see the point of them having a full-fledged conversation about who she talking to. Now, if Lance, Destiny, and Antoine had to talk, maybe so. But I'm like, why Nell involved? Okay. Now Nell feel like, well, I think she played in my son's face because at that event she was all flirting with that man, my godson. Why flirt with my godson in my face if you with my son? Now Nell also feel like she fucked my son. Nell does not believe at all that Lance and Destiny did not have sex because she say, I know my son. I know how he get down. Meaning her son is not with anyone for any long amount of time and they're not having some kind of sexual situation. And to me, that's why they weren't serious. To me, that's why he was messing with other people. To me, that's why he was like, well, if she around, she around, she not, she not. I'm gonna fuck other girls anyway. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So all of it feels to me like they weren't a couple for real. And Destiny wanted to send and wait for the storyline. And it doesn't add up. Okay. But I mean, if I had to choose between Lance and Antoine, I would choose Antoine because he's tall. You can climb. He's a tree climb or whatever. But I like Lance too. I like tall men, short men, brown skin, light skin. Yeah, a plethora of things. But it all feel like everyone was looking for some kind of story because Mel gone. No one really shoots a Martell. The Scott's not gonna give no parts of their life, so they're all just grasping at straws. Fake straws, real straws, tall straws, short straws, not even here straws, and I don't care. Okay, so again, we'll see Nell talk to that lady later on. The Menses, okay, Maurice set up a whole little let's have fun event. I could not get a group shot of all of them together much, so I used this one. It was Ken, homeboy Will, Lance, Marsau, Martell, Maurice. Now Chris was there too, but Chris ain't say nothing. Chris was just a lamp. He was a background. He was standing around there bright. Okay, so I didn't include Chris here because Chris ain't say shit. Chris did not. I don't think Chris did not say anything the whole scene. He was sitting. They cut whatever Chris said out. It didn't matter. So Maurice set this up because Maurice wants Martell and Marsau to mend. Okay, because Maurice know if we are cool with Martell, he won't bring up any other possible dirt he has, and then none of us have to give our real life if we are still trolling and on whatever Martell got going on. Okay, so let's fix it. And Marsau for like, fuck Martell. I don't care. My wife ain't leaving me. I don't have to deal with any bullshit I did in the past. So I don't have to be cool with him. I don't want to be, no. But I'm going to show up anyway, okay? So the first thing we see is Martell and Maurice talking to Lance. Because, Daddy done told Maurice, Daddy told Martell, Lance hurt my feelings when he did not want to tell me about the baby. So Lance like, look, I get her feelings was hurt, but I was confused because I didn't really think I could hurt her feelings. You know what I'm saying? Because again, we weren't dating, like we weren't like that. I don't know how else I can say. I feel like Lance's whole point is I never thought she would be upset because we weren't really dating or a couple like that. We talked on the phone once and twice. We maybe went on 2 dates, and that's it. Okay, but it was like, girl, bye. So the daughter at this point in time, when they were filming, she was 12 weeks. Again, 3-month-old baby and whatnot. He said, but look, she told me she kicking it with my god brother. So I mean, I don't really care. I ain't be stressing or whatever. But again, it is what it is. And Martell's advice was, oh, wear a condom and find someone to settle down with. I was like, nigga, what? Well, first of all, Lance already had 3 children. But telling him now to wear a condom is a little bit too late. But having that be your advice for him, yeah, wear a condom and find someone you can settle down with. You didn't even do that. You still ain't did that. You still around there playing with cold. Anyway, I'm stop. Maurice then say, well, no, let's get a vasectomy. And again, those kinds of advice nuggets is proof that someone probably told Martell, whoever you fuck around with, get her to sign an NDA. Because who tells someone, hey, yeah, go around, mess around with whoever, but while you're doing that, just wear a condom. And from Maurice said, well, no, get a vasectomy, because that way ain't no proof of the cheating. I said, sometimes Maurice say shit that he may think it sounds smart, and it's like, no. Because to me, Martell's advice was, yeah, go out and have fun. And while having fun, look for who you can settle down with. Wear a condom. And Maurice said, well, no, let's get a vasectomy. So that way, ain't no mistakes. It ain't no proof to occur anyway. I don't care. Well, then see Marsau walks in. When Marsau walks in, he did say hello to Martell. He said, hey, what up, Martell? Little fist bump, and he kept it moving. But he was like, look, at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be beefing with nobody. Okay, Martell is upset. He always upset. I don't want the smoke. But if it's smoke, I'm here for it. Let's go. Okay, if it's smoke, I'm gonna have it out. I'm not going back down from shit, but I'm also not here to start nothing. And for the first time in a long time, I fully agree with Marsau's antics. I fully agree with his tone, and now he like, I'm not for that shit, but let's go. I'm fully behind him antagonizing Martell, because that's what he's doing. Marsau is aware that Martell is a ticking time bomb, and to me, I think he also knows I can make Martell explode before he can make me explode, and if I make him explode enough on camera, eventually he can't walk it back, and eventually Carlos will have to get rid of him. But I'm let it be. And Martell felt like, with Marsau being fake, he walked in and said hi. Bitch, he's being cordial. He's being cordial. And you either want peace or you don't. And if you don't want peace, and then when I speak to you, don't speak back. Because you want beef. Okay? We then seen Ken. Ken, speaking of him and Trisha, I don't really care either, because I feel like Ken fully is aware that him and Trisha's relationship is it's a cesspool of toxic, unhealed trauma. Because whatever his favorite complex is, whatever Trisha is, I don't want my husband, but I'm not going to divorce him, but I'm also not going to fully move forward with my boyfriend energy. And it's all weird. Now he like, we've been together for over 3 years at this point or whatever. And but things have only gotten worse. The thing that she said she would do, she's not done. Be it therapy, the divorce, even her attitude, how she wants to argue and fight. All of these things that have been an issue, our whole relationship that she was supposed to be working on, she isn't. And things have only gotten worse. Or she just hasn't fixed them. He's like, I'm waiting to see if she gonna do what she said she would. I'm like, but why wait? To me, 3 years of waiting is stupid. To me, and when Chris told him in a scene before last episode, when Chris said it don't take no one 7 years to get divorced. At least it don't take them 7 years to file. You may be in divorce proceedings for that long if you're back and forth. But Trish had not even filed for divorce in several years. It don't take that long to file for divorce. And so Ken talking as if, I'm just, waiting to see if she gonna do better. If she gonna go to get therapy, she's gonna, fix herself, because he like, she has issues. We know that. We see that. And every time someone brought it up in the past, we get upset. And I'm like, no one is saying Trish has issues as if she's a bad person. But the point is, Trish has issues she has to work on before she ever thinks about getting married. She shouldn't even be in a relationship. She should be in therapy. Trish ain't ready for no man because Trish don't know who she is yet. And the fact that Ken saw that, ignored that, and put money on her books to pay for their relationship for these past over 3 years, it shows how he is crazy too. You step into someone's life who had a husband, 2 kids, a tumultuous marriage, and years of unhealed trauma, and you step in and you didn't fix shit. Because one, it wasn't your job to fix it. But two, once you saw she was broken, you can't fix her. Only she can fix her. And I don't know if Ken thought I'm big, I'm black, I gotta, I don't know. I'm big. Look, I don't know if he felt like he brought something to her table to fix her. And it was muscles, beautiful chocolate skin, okay, and money. And y'all are worse off than y'all were in the beginning. So I'm like, sir, you could have been left. And Marcel said, well, once she's divorced, which y'all then get married, he said, I don't think I'll be ready even once you divorce. So what's the point of being in the relationship? If she ain't ready, if you ain't ready, if you see there's there's unhealed issues within her, why are you still there? Because if she ain't trying to fix it in over 3 years, why still be there? What are you waiting for? You know, and when they say, well, maybe you should kind of just chill out, you know what I'm saying, sit back, whatever, like, and wait for her to fix things. Well, that's what I'm doing. No, you're not. No, you're not. To me, Ken enables Trisha's toxic demeanor, meaning when she gets triggered, so does he. That's why all that bullshit between her and the ex-husband, including that Ken got involved in, it made me feel like Marquez wasn't the only problem. So was she. And you helping her by fight with that man, now she feels vindicated. It's not gonna work. And now that it's been, full season of us in the bullshit, now you want to say, well, I don't think I'm ready to marry her. Well, you've been not ready. You've been not ready. And you also can't blame her for you not being ready now because you weren't ready before. And again, does Ken get with married women or unavailable women because then he does not have to go all the way. He could always have one foot in, one foot out. It's done. Okay. But Ken, like, I'm gonna be patient. You been anyway. Martell then brings up coleslaw. And Martell brings up coleslaw every episode. Why you keep bringing her? Don't nobody know her. Okay. So Martell, for some reason, asked Ken if he knows coleslaw because Tisha said he knew her. Now, I don't recall her saying that, but maybe I missed it within them, cutting and pasting stuff together. And Ken's like, I don't know her at all. Like, I don't know coleslaw. Yeah, I don't really. Will then say, well, my baby mama knows her because coleslaw came to my baby mama's like extent. I don't know what the girl owns. She owns some business or whatever that coleslaw has been to before, but that's really it. Will also let it slip that he has 4 baby mamas. Now, I don't know how many kids he has, but Will having 4 baby mamas. I was like, Miss Sir, what's your deal? I went, what was it with 4? How many kids? Anyway, so they get onto the event. So with Chris, you know Cole? Who know Coleslaw? They're all laughing. Martell trying to be slick. Martell is trying to antagonize Marsau because he then say, well, because Tisha said you was in the step, and Marsau said that Coleslaw was fucking me. He never said she for the cast. Well, Marsau said, there are rumors that Coleslaw has been, banged some people. He never said who, or the who she had been with was on the cast. So I'm like, whatever. And Marsau said, well, I said I could have been mistaken too. I also said that. So I don't know. Okay, it is what it is. So Martell is on this. I want to defend Coleslaw shit, or I'm trying to prove that Marsau and Tisha are liars because Coleslaw have not banged these men on this show. That don't mean that she ain't banged somebody else. And even Martell, because Martell kept trying to bait Marsau into an argument, and Marsau was like, "It's not for it." At one point, he said, "That's real," because everybody can't be real. And he would say little shit and look at Marsau, and Marsau would just not engage. He would laugh about it. He would like, "So I said, maybe I'm mistaken. So what you want me to do?" Okay. And so I'm like, child, Cole, if I could have banged 4 dudes who ain't never met you or who ain't on the show. This does not prove that Cole has never been with anybody outside of you. So it was funny because Will then said, to break the tension, "Well, Martell, I want to be a little bit honest. Okay, I do know Coleslaw, and now that wasn't her real name, but I digress." He's like, "I do know Coleslaw a little bit more than I said I did." Because a couple years ago, she came to my house, and we were working together to train, and I bust out laughing because he was joking about that. Because that's what happened between Martell and Trisha. And so that was funny. And I like how Will tried to break the tension with a little jokey joke because the girl, but for all we know, it could be true. Okay. Now, when they go outside to talk, did I get that thing? They all went outside to talk. And I can appreciate the fact that they went outside, I guess to be more close. I don't know, because on the inside it was like a lot of people. It was like a restaurant or whatever. And Martell and Marsau, it wasn't a full argument or a full fight. I feel like what it was, Maurice wanting to fix this, and Martell wanting to prove himself to be right, and Marsau not caring, made this scene ridiculous. Because I could tell only Martell was emotional about any of this. Everyone else like laughing, talking, joking. And when Will made that joke, Martell was upset. And he was probably more upset that they all laughed. Because no one takes not only him seriously, no one takes Coleslaw serious. So no one is going to respect that lady. And I don't know why he thinks anyone will. And when they're outside talking or whatever, and when Marsau was in the they got outside and Marsau said, "Whew, I'm cold. I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? I want some coleslaw in the back of a Buick. Get that slaw all over my meat." I was like, "Bitch, no," because you do know that Martell and Coleslaw allegedly got caught having sex in the car. And when I was like, "Marsau," no, he said it like out loud, like, "Who's it?" And then in the confessional, when Marsau explained, like, her nickname was Coleslaw because she was a sad chick. And so I said it to absolutely get up under Martell's skin. And to me, that's how you troll somebody. You want to bring us up here and you want to discuss your side chick. Okay, fine by me. Okay, fine. Look, coleslaw. I want some food. I want some coleslaw and that back of the Buick because allegedly that's how he and Coleslaw used to hook up in the back of the cars. So I was like, yeah, because he knew that would piss Martell off. And I laughed. I laughed loudly. Because you get what you don't get. So they get into why they are beefing or what started to be. Maurice brings up how he thinks it was because the whole scope business. And when they both have two different ways of explaining what Marsau was working at the theater. He lost his job. He couldn't get no job or whatever. So I helped him. And me and him went into business. And I told him that once the business grows or whatever, he can buy me out. So Martell is making it seem as if I was a saving grace for Marsau. And Marsau said, "Well, that ain't true. I was working as a manager at the theater, but I owned 3 apartment complexes. I own 10 houses and blah, 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 blah." I'm like, I don't know. could Maurice even then say, well, see, that shows how nice Martell is because he tried to help. Maurice, shut up. I don't know why you want us to feel like Martell has this redeeming spirits and like he's a good guy. We don't believe that. And the more you try to push the Martell is a good guy narrative, it makes me feel like he has dirt on you, but you can escape. Because why are you trying so hard to make Martell seem like a great guy? You're stupid. And this is after he tossed your ass up under the bus in that interview. I don't know. But could Marsau have been working at the theater? Yeah. And he said he was. Could he also have had real estate? He could have. Now we don't know if it was, apartment complex that was like in order. He could have owned stuff and had to fix stuff up and did not have the money to do it. I don't know. But both Maurice, Martell, and Marsau have this weird way of not being honest. So I feel like there's lies and truth in all of that. But I think the only thing that we know is he bought them out eventually. So I'm like, why does it matter? Okay. Why does it matter? Even to me, it felt like Martell was trying to demean Marsau and him also having a regular job. And a lot of folks who own real estate have regular jobs. What does it matter? I don't know. Anyway, so that was never really fully worked out. They're just fussing back and forth. You know what I'm saying? This is a back and forth. When Marsau said, look, bottom line is Martell got caught cheating. Okay? Fuck all the bullshit. Fuck all the back and forth. Fuck all. Nothing else. The scope don't matter. Me as a manager at the theater don't matter. Martell got caught cheating. Okay? He got caught cheating and he then wanted to drag everybody else down with him. Okay? Martell wants to blame everybody else for his bad decisions. Okay? He never felt like I was on his level. And so once he lost his family or whatever, and he then said I was on the rise and he was on the decline, he got pissed about it. Now, part of me do feel like that's true. What I don't feel like is the truth is that Marsau and Maurice have never done anything that Martell accuses them of doing. I do believe that both Maurice and Marsau has had some kind of inappropriate relationship outside of their marriage. I don't know when it happened, but I feel like in their time of being cool, Maurice, Marsau, and Martell have all in some kind of way stepped out on their wives. Be that some kind of sexual relationship, a flirtatious whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it was, I believe that part of it. I don't believe anyone probably went as far as Martell did, would just get a side piece pregnant. Okay. I don't think they ever went that far. I don't think they ever went as far as having a full blown relationship with someone. I think both my opinion is I think both Marsau and Maurice at one point in their marriage has had some kind of inappropriate connection, flirtation, kiss, hug, hump with someone outside of their marriage, and they just never stayed in it. They never stayed in it. They never made one woman their other woman. I think they were like probably regular cheating dudes. The same way Mel said, I wasn't really out and about in Huntsville, so I didn't know what Martell was doing. I was at home with a mom. The same way that Marsau has kept teaching at home. She's a mom. She's a busy mom. She wouldn't really know shit. Kimmy was a whole nurse trying to work all them hours to pay for Jaden to not come out of college without debt. So to me, they all was out here doing whatever. They wives were doing other things, either working to be at home moms. So again, I just don't think any of them went as far as Martell did. And so that's why he's upset. Because we all cheated in some kind of way, but only my life was ruined because you went the furthest. You also picked someone who had nothing to lose and then she ruined your life because you allowed her to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's also why Marsau is like, put what you know out there. Because whatever they did wasn't so bad as to what he did. None of it was. None of it was. And even if there are women that can say, I banged them here, there, whatever, I don't think any of them have any proof. Cole Saw had proof because Martell and her had a relationship. So that was the issue. Marsau and Maurice, we have never seen a woman come out and say, hey, here's proof of us being together. So whoever they mess with don't even want to be known. I think that's why Marsau feels so great to be able to say, whatever you know, put it out there. Whatever you know, put it out. Put it out on a table. Okay, whatever, say it. Because one, Tisha not leaving, and I don't think there's any proof to them having a relationship with anybody else. I think Maurice is the more let's fix it because he know it's secrets. But I think Marsau Martell has went so far left. Any truth Martell tells will sound like a lie. So I don't even have to defend myself because it's been all these years that if no one came out, I don't have to do whatever. Even when somebody, I don't care, put it out there, bitch. And you lying on me, and why you lying on me, and you lying on me, and blah blah blah. And Maurice like, well, not Maurice, Marcel. It's like, yeah, but you keep doing interviews, bringing me and my brother, and for what? Like for what? Wherever you know, put it out here. Well, I'm your boy, and you lie. Marcel said, "I'm not your boy." She said, "Fuck that shit. I am not your boy. Stop saying that shit." Marsau is drawing a clear line in the sand. Yes, we on the same show, but we're not friends. I'm not your boy. Don't do that. And I think Martell thought we can fix this because we boys. And I think Marsau was fully past any of that. I think once Martell did the interview with old girl on YouTube, I think that was Marsau's I'm done. I think when Martell brought up who he should bang in college, I think that was Marcel's I'm done. I think at that point he's like, I can't, because you are not putting my wife in it and bring up stuff from college, which was 20 years ago, whatever. Yeah, we not cool. I'm done. Bitch, fuck you. And so it was a lot of back and forth between them two, and it was a lot of like there's no resolve. And when Will said, well, can y'all just get to a point where like y'all just respect each other? Like there's the respectful cohesion of we cool, fuck you, but I ain't got no beef. And Martell said, well, he already told me he don't respect me. He don't respect me. And Marcel said, look, I have nothing to say about Martell. I have nothing to say about him or to him. And he need to keep my name out of his mouth. And that's fair. What that means is we can work together. We can both be on the show. However, he need to stop talking about me. He need to stop mentioning me. He has to leave me out of whatever things he do and whatever things he say, because if not, I'm gonna troll him. And I think Marsau calling saying I'm hungry, I want some cold slaw, bitch, a troll. Okay, a troll. And I think he did when the whole revenge porn stuff that came out, and Marsau said that he lost respect for him. So Martell has really put himself in a place to where he no longer has anybody he can play villain with. Because Marsau will, truthfully, Martell is too stupid to have a verbal altercation with Marsau. And the way Marsau was able to sit there and calmly be like, dude, I don't really care about you. I don't really care. Like, I don't have nothing to say about you. Yes, I worked here, and yes, I had this, and blah, 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 blah. But I don't care about you. I want some coleslaw in the back of Buick. What do you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? And Martell is upset. Like, Martell is upset that no one respects him and no one will respect coleslaw. And the get you got is that the men will probably, accept coleslaw if she ever comes on the show. The women will never. The woman will never. And Martell can't do scenes. No woman beside Destiny on this show will do scenes with coleslaw. And no one is going, if Destiny sits and does scenes with coleslaw, that will be the end of her. The complete end. And Marsau is to a point with Martell where he's like, I don't even have to fuss with you. I don't have to actively argue with you because you will always come off like the cheating psychopath and you lie. And when Martell says, well, whatever I said is the truth, you're lying right now. You're lying right now. So I think Marsau knows I no longer even have to acknowledge his lie because we would think he lying, and Martell could be absolutely telling the truth, and we still gonna believe he's lying. Period. So I know next week we see that because Maurice said, he think that Martell and Marsau need to have a one-on-one conversation, which I think needs to happen as well. But I still don't think any conversation between Martell and Marsau will result in them patching up their friendship. I don't think there's any conversation they'll have that will have them, doing scenes and what with them just them two. It's not. They will only be able to coexist in the same spaces. And that's it. And I can respect Marsau for being like, I'm done with that man. I don't fuck him. Fuck him. I don't care. Anyway. We didn't see Destiny and Nell. Now, this why I said this episode was like a pass around. I didn't care that much, which is why this review was gonna be an hour. Destiny, since her first season on the show, has consistently given us floppy ass storylines. With her marriage to LeBerick, which if you think about her time on the show, we met her engaged to LeBerick being pregnant. The following season, they had gotten married, she'd had the baby, and they were then divorcing. And we did not see any of the divorce on the show. We never saw her with Moses on the show. All we saw was one phone call she had with him one time. Then we seen her flirting with Jaden that one season before Moses. We then had her beefing with Sonny because Sonny married Moses. And now we have her beefing with Nell over Lance. Destiny is a flopping character, meaning she flip-flops to whatever comes her way. She never standing on solid ground. Even her in the Madani building, the Madani brand, she never even fully shows us that. Like, we see nothing of her real life. We never see her son. We never see not a cousin, a best friend. We never see her going on any dates. We don't see her shopping for clothes. We don't see her interviewing housekeepers. We don't see her shopping for house, little knickknacks or whatever. It's always something around a man who we never have fully seen her with. And it makes her look pathetic. because and she may not be able to control what they show on the show, but I would make it impossible for them to only show this because to only do things with Martell and then discuss Lance or that one that's Candle, to then do things with Nell discussing Lance, and doing things with Tisha and Kimmy discussing Lance or Coleslaw. It's like, but what do you have going on? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I just feel like she gets upset at folks who don't like her on the show. We don't know you. We don't show us shit. And not only do we not see shit on the show, we don't see shit on your social media. Because if you're on the show and they don't show your real life, you would think that you would show what they don't show on your own platform, on your own social media. Now, maybe you don't want us in your life. Maybe you don't want us around to know whatever. Cool. Then get off the show. Yeah, they never show Martell's house. They never show Destiny's house. We never see either one of them doing anything. Destiny keep having conversations about Lance, and Martell keeps having conversations about Coleslaw. Two people we like, we don't care. Okay, so when she brings up her own nail, because her nail want to have things out. Oh, well, Nell, I just feel like, I've known you for 10 years, okay? And for the last 10 years, I've been able to call you and get advice from you, whatever. And you're so, I don't believe she's known Nell for 10 years. I don't. Not in that way. You know what I'm saying? I digress. So I could call you and get advice or whatever, but since LA, since the reunion, I have not been able to do that. I felt a different vibe from you on my phone for her. Now again, all of a sudden, she's hurt. Lance hurt me. You hurt me. All the people keep hurting me. And so Nell said, well, for one, you said at your event, you had to reevaluate our friendship. You said that, okay? All because I invited Sunny to my bachelorette party. Now, the fact that she's acting like, when Nell said I invited everybody, it was a cast event. That was a full-fledged cast event. At that point in time, Sunny was on the show. She said, I didn't. She said, we weren't friends. However, I invited everyone, and that included Sunny. It's dumb. It's stupid. Or whatever, okay? And because of that, you was acting funny towards me at the reunion. Well, y'all left the reunion early, wouldn't be talking to me or whatever. I felt a weird vibe for you. And then Tisha said that y'all left early because the girl was having his baby. Well, she say, see, that's the problem now. Tisha don't know shit, and we didn't. That ain't what happened. But even if it was, I don't know, girl. If you weren't talking to Nell before the reunion, and you and Lance weren't really together, why are you surprised that when y'all was in LA from the reunion, they weren't all up your ass? Girl, I was like, again, she's pulling and grasping at straws. And they're like, look, it's not true. We did not leave because the girl was in labor. It's not true at all. But you want to question me and be upset with me and reevaluate our friendship, but you flirt with my godson in front of me. You supposed to be dating my son. So how am I supposed to feel? If I see you flirting with somebody, you're supposed to be my son. What I'm going to do? Well, Lance was already, we weren't kicking it again. Every time she say her and Lance not together, they're friends, it was, real, not platonic, but she like, we're getting to know each other. I was like, I don't understand where all of this is coming from. Who making shit up? Is Nell making shit up or Destiny? Because she said me and Lance were not really kicking it at that time. Meaning when we were filming the show at that event where the man was her bodyguard, if you and Lance wasn't kicking it, then why you upset now? Why did Lance have the baby matter? Y'all weren't together. And so Nell said, well, yeah, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But you've been making these little googly eyes at that man in front of me. And she said, well, your son was making babies. So yes, I was looking at some of the men. Okay, cool. But your son was out there making babies. And I'm like, again, why y'all mad? For what? For why? And then you dating everybody, you messing around with Jaylen, Lance, Antoine, Moses, and whatever else. Don't call my coochie miles. Don't. I only had sex with Moses. So yeah, she denying she had sex with anybody else. And they said she talked to Will, who is Ken's friend. I think I saw that on social media, but it may not be true. I don't know. But the point is, I was like, Destiny wanting Nell to be on her side about Nell's son don't make no sense. When that's why I didn't want them together in the first place, because that's my son. So I can't tell, girl, what you want me to do? The fuck, okay? So again, but now you hurt my feelings, okay? Because you also said you don't know me, and every time somebody in this friend group get bad at me, they want to say they don't know me. Again, that's a dig at Mel. Because Mel was like, I don't really know her. And I would never bring up anything with Mel on the show again because you look petty. You look petty, okay? But you said you didn't really know me, and that hurt my feelings or whatever, because that's what everybody always say. And you do know me, and Nelson, maybe I meant I didn't know you at that moment. I did not know you in that space, so I'm sorry. Okay, and then in the conversation with her saying, I love Nell, and Nell is like a mama to me, like she just made me feel so good, child. I love Nell. Nell, okay, I guess so. And I was, when the episode went off, and I was like, this was a horrible episode. I mean, it was cool. It was cool seeing Martell and Marsau back and forth. So the scene with the men was cool, but I felt like everything else, like, and I don't know if it's because everything else had to do with Destiny that I was bored. I just feel like it's a fake storyline. And so why waste my energy on it? You know what I'm saying? And that was the whole episode, y'all. I swear to God, I was like, y'all took a week off because of the holiday. And was it a week off? Yeah, because of the holiday. And I felt like we came back to this. Now, also, I feel like there should be no more conversation about Destiny and Lance. There should be no more conversation about that baby. There should be no more conversation about Destiny and the brother and the god brother or whatever. It's like, what's next? What is it? I don't know. Anyway, I'm done. Okay, that was all. Destiny need to move on. Ken need to move on. Lance has already moved on. Martell should be let go. Okay. To me, if you take Martell off the show, because I like the scene with the guys, and Will seems fun. I think let Ken and Trisha break up. Let Ken bring on a new girlfriend. Okay. Let's get Will full baby moms on the show. What they got going on? Nell and Chris can what y'all got going on. Okay, I think remove Martell and let's see. Anyway, y'all, that's all I have. Again, I'm going to do the unknown number. I have to redo the thumbnail because I spelled school wrong. The unknown number high school catfish. I will have that up for y'all tomorrow morning. I'm about to record it right now. So if you're a member, you can watch it tonight. If you're not a member, you can watch it tomorrow morning. There are other videos up on the channel, so go watch the other stuff. I will be live tomorrow for a gossip chats tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. So I haven't even looked at the blog that much yet. Y'all make sure to like the video and subscribe. And that's it, y'all. So that's all I have. Okay, it wasn't much. It wasn't a good episode to me. And that's it. Okay. But anyway, I gotta go. Bye.